Hey there, welcome back. This is the second chapter of Catwings, and Calvin has joined us again today. He's feeling a little bit nervous, aren't you? Yeah, he's a little shy. He's trying to hide under my chin. Well, Calvin's a little shy maybe because he's kind of like the cats in Catwings. He grew up in the wild, and for a while he had to live by himself without his mommy or anybody to take care of him, and he was really scared. So he's a little bit worried about this next chapter, where the four little kitties fly away from their mommy and try to find a safe place to live all by themselves. So let's find out what's going to happen in the second chapter. Catwings, Chapter 2. As Thelma, Roger, James, and Harriet flew on, all they could see beneath them, mile after mile, was the city's roofs, the city streets. The pigeon came swooping up to join them. It flew along with them, peering at them uneasily from its little round red eye. "What kind of bird are you, anyways?" it finally asked. "Passenger pigeons," James said promptly. Harriet mewed with laughter. The pigeon jumped in midair, stared at her, and then turned and swooped away from them in a great quick curve. "I wish I could fly like that," said Roger. "Pigeons are really dumb," James muttered. "But my wings ache already," Roger said. And Thelma said, "So do mine. Let's land somewhere and rest." Little Harriet was already heading down toward a church steeple. They clung to the carvings on the church roof and got a drink of water from the roof gutters. "It looks different over there," said Thelma, pointing her nose to the west. "It looks softer." They all gazed earnestly westward, but cats don't see the distance very clearly. "Well, if it's different, let's try it," said James, and they set off again. They could not fly with untiring ease like the pigeons. Mrs. Tabby had always seen to it that they ate well, and so they were quite plump and had to beat their wings hard to keep their weight aloft. They learned how to glide, not beating their wings, letting the wind bear them up. But Harriet found gliding difficult and wobbled badly. After another hour or so they landed on the roof of a huge factory, even though the air there smelled terrible, and there they slept for a while in a weary, furry heap. Then, toward nightfall, very hungry, for nothing gives an appetite like flying, they woke and flew on. The sun set. The city lights came on, long strings and chains of lights below them, stretching out toward darkness. Toward darkness they flew, and at last, when around them and under them everything was dark except for one light twinkling over the hill, they descended slowly from the air and landed on the ground. A soft ground, a strange ground. The only ground they knew was pavement, asphalt, cement. This was all new to them. Dirt, earth, dead leaves, grass, twigs, mushrooms, worms. It all smelled extremely interesting. A little creek ran nearby. They heard the song of it and went to drink, for they were very thirsty. After drinking, Roger stayed crouching on the bank, his nose almost in the water, his eyes gazing. "What's that in the water?" he whispered. The others came and gazed. They could just make out something moving in the water, in the starlight, a silvery flicker, a gleam. Roger's paw shot out. "I think it's dinner," he said. After dinner they curled up together again under the bush and fell asleep. But first Thelma, then Roger, then James, and then small Harriet would lift their head, open an eye, listen a moment, on guard. They knew they had come to a much better place than the alley, but they also knew that every place is dangerous, whether you're a fish or a cat or even a cat with wings. So what did you think, Calvin? It's a nice place they found, but maybe still dangerous. They're not sure. Not sure. Calvin's still a little bit nervous. But he's willing to give it a try and come back next week and see the third chapter of Catwings. We hope you do too. Bye now.